What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here on the Oddchopper channel, coming to you with another edition of Liddy's Leans, Likes, and Locks MLB. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. It goes a long way for me on this video. Goes a long way for you. That way you become apprised whenever great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. It's so nice that the comment section can remind me that this is the first really bad month I've had betting MLB since last May, which is pretty ironic. It's nice to be turning the page on this month of May, getting into June. Now, we were able to salvage a little bit of Kadai Senga ladder here on this video, even though I only ended up on the over of 6.5. Could have shot that thing to the moon. That would have been fun the other day. Had some home run props that were just running hot on. But overall, when we're talking outrights, which is the thing I know a majority of you are betting, I know that I disappointed you in the month of May, so I'm putting in the work here. It's June 1st, time to turn the page as we go into the dog days of summer. And hey, dogs got to eat. So we're going to do that. Hey, BetMGM, that's a lion who's got to eat. You can sign up for that in the video description box below using promo code OSInsider. And why do you want to do that? Well, we got a pretty fire underdog card that's kind of fired up right now in the Pick'em section that you only get in the premium Discord. That's not something I'm firing up here on the show. I throw out prize picks cards. I'll throw out individual bets that I obviously am not talking about on this video from time to time. Well, all the time I'm throwing in bets that aren't necessarily on this video because we need all the numbers for all the props and all the land day in, day out as we are recording this the night before. So just get access to it for 2 months for free. And hey, if you want to fade some of these locks, which I have 0 locks on the card for Thursday, we're turning over a new league. That's going to be good stuff, but just nothing that I'm completely in love with here on a 7-game slate as of now. But you can fade those locks, go right ahead, have fun. Join us though in the premium Discord. Come hang out. The great community, people firing bets all days, all times, soccer bets that I'm all of a sudden tailing. It's wild stuff going on there in the Wild West. That is the premium Discord. Not just myself, but Eitan Shander, Ben Raza, just did a 100-to-1 golf future last week on Emiliano Grillo. Great stuff, great analysts. Come hang out for free when you sign up at BetMGM using promo code OSInsider. And hey, you also get that bet that if your first bet doesn't win, up to $1,000 will be given back to you in bonus bets. So if you bet 100 and it loses, $100 coming back in bonus bets, so on and so forth, up to $1,000. So lots of great deals to jump in over at BetMGM. Sign up using promo code OSInsider in the video description box below. Click on that little link. Takes you about 2 minutes. But a lot of dilly-dallying here at the top of this show. Promise to be improving. I've got some props. We've got a K-ladder again today. Ooh, we're running it back. We're running hot now in that department at least. So looking forward to this 7-game MLB slate, of which we have a couple likes, a lot of leans, and then hopefully some locks that'll be coming to you in that premium Discord. So sign up for that. Producer Jacob, let's get ourselves to the picks. Kind of a tough one right out of the gate here. Milwaukee heading into Toronto, and Freddie Peralta, fastball Freddie, he's fallen on hard times here the last 3. He's going to be facing this Toronto Blue Jays side that has a lot of potency. Of course they do. And well, Kevin Gausman's on the mound on the other side. So when trying to pick up that coveted little win, which obviously doesn't matter in terms of breaking down, like from his perspective, there's nothing he can do for the lineup. It's just a difficult spot to imagine these Milwaukee Brewers finding a lot of success. Now, fastball Freddie, he does have a 34% hard hit percentage and a 24.2% K rate. Those are yays. But the walks have been up near 10% so far this season. He's a one-trick pony, fastball, hence his nickname. And then the 4.64 ERA, 1.42 whip has really shown out the last few, especially against San Francisco, who put up 10 runs on him. Yes, only 4 of those earned, luckily for him, although there were a couple of defensive plays that definitely, it could have gone the other way too. And that was at home. Pretty egregious little outing there from fastball Freddie. And well, Tampa Bay, they hit him up for 3. St. Louis, they hit him up for 6. I don't know what to make of it, but obviously there's something going on there that's going to have us shying away from backing Freddie here. And I was hoping to get a better number than this, but minus 190 looks perfectly efficient when you're talking about the money line. That's best available. Most of you are going to be getting minus 200s in other places. I suppose DraftKings Sportsbook did move that to minus 190. So at least there's that. That should be available to a lot of you, but I'm going to bypass that one. Said I had a K-ladder on this slate. I think it's very clearly going to be Kevin Gausman who has an opportunity to be running it up. Now, I'm very curious to see where this line opens at. I really don't know what to make of it, but right-handed pitching, well, you would think Milwaukee with Yelich, with some of the other pieces, Rowdy Tellez, they have a lot of lefties that I generally like on that side. but boy, oh boy, are they striking out at a decent clip. And well, they're not hitting well either. An 88 WRC plus against right-handed pitching and a 25.4% K rate. That's third highest in baseball. You put this guy with a 31.9% K rate in Kevin Gausman and this Milwaukee team that strikes out a lot, and we run into one of those handshake memes or, something like that. So Kevin Gausman, definitely somebody that I want to be backing in the K department. Up to 9 is what I've currently got it slated at. I'm curious if this opens at 6.5 heavily juiced over, 7.5. Want to see what that number ends up being in the open market. And then, well, there's a number of ways you can get the alternate K props at your book. A lot of them might be single game parlay stuff that you might have to put with something that's heavily juiced. Be very careful about the way you go about it, but I'm looking at K laddering this, and I'm going to try to do it up to 9 on Kevin Gausman on Thursday. Philadelphia going into New York here, taking on the Mets, and pair of righties. One's really good. One used to be good once upon a time in Diamondbacks uniform. Taijuan Walker here going for the Phillies, 5.57 ERA, 1.46 whip. Can't get behind a lot of the things, although he's shown some upside from time to time, just never all that interesting. He's got to induce a ton of ground balls to be successful. When the fly ball rate starts going up, well, you run into issues, and the Mets, not exactly the best situation. And Max Scherzer on the mound, we're starting to get the momentum back. Max is starting to be Max. 5, 6, 7 innings pitched in his last 3. We've had 6, 5, and 8 Ks, and just 2 earned in his last 3 starts. That is more Max Scherzer like. That is what they paid the big bucks for everybody on the Mets for. Verlander, him, literally everybody in that lineup. Going to be a wild trade deadline. I was starting to think about what the Mets might be trying to do here, and well, they're definitely beating up on the Phillies here in the division in a lot of places. The NL, there's more wild card availability, so it doesn't matter all that much. If you're one of the better teams over a large sample size, well, you're going to find a way into the playoffs, and you saw the Miami Heat just play a play-in game and run it to the NBA Finals. Doesn't matter what sport, if you have a chip in a chair, you got a chance. And hey, the Mets, they're not going to get Diaz back this year, which is a huge bummer for them, but they definitely are going to make some moves. There's no way Cohen is going to go by the wayside. Looking forward to that one, that's for sure. But in terms of betting this game, this has to have a conversation point. And I did a little bit of this yesterday. I like the conversation of Odd Chopper and integrating it into this program, mainly because there's only 1-9 available. And I don't have access to the book. It is at Bet Rivers. The under of 9 is juiced -115, and that is grading out as a like for me. But at 8.5, I'm going to be calling it a lean. And instead of just putting the under 8.5 up on the screen, Vanna White that, we've got under 8.5. Instead of just putting that there, I wanted to throw the 9 in there for you Pennsylvania people, for other people who might have access to Bet Rivers, which is available at Odd Shopper. When you go to the tools section, go to the live MLB odds, groups everything for you. I put it in my spreadsheet. You have CSV upload that's also available to you over at Odd Shopper. ChatGPT, it's taken over the world. I was able to build out a new model in like 5 minutes today. I'm a little terrified about what the future entails. We're all going to die. But either way, hey, we're not going to die here. Under 9 is a like, but as it stands right now, I only have access to the under 8.5. So not going to be a bet at that number, assuming it's standard juice. St. Diego, Wales. Yeah, we're going to be facing Miami here. We're going to Miami. Party in the city where the heat is on with Jesus Luzardo. He's good at spinning at that southpaw, going up against Joe Musgrove, who, this is just kind of a tale of 2 ways of looking at a pitcher. And Joe Musgrove, he dropped a weight on his foot before the season started, yada, yada, yada. You don't care about that. All I care about are advanced metrics and what the predictive analytics say going forward for a pitcher. And they say Joe Musgrove should be mowing dudes down right now. 33.7% hard hit percentage, 302 xWOBA, 22.6% K rate, 6.6% walk rate. These aren't just good numbers. Those are elite type numbers that we're talking about. And yet he's got a 5.64 ERA. This is BABIP at its finest. He's going into one of the best pitchers parks you could be asking for. He has a 3.69 expected ERA. I don't know what to tell you. All I know is that this is very, very unlucky for a pitcher to be running into this kind of batted ball luck. It's the opposite of luck. It's unlucky. Have I said luck and lucky enough here? I think I have. We're going to continue on to the other side of this one, and I generally do like Jesus Luzardo. He's a decent enough pitcher who avoids barrels to, well, he did once upon a time. Not this season. 11.1% barrel rate, but the 26.8% K rate, 309 xWOBA, those are nice, really nice little numbers to be looking at. Primarily throwing tons of fastballs, combining it with that slider. Doesn't throw a ton of changeups, sinkers, or anything, so I'm not grading out those pitches as much. Going up against some of these righties on the Padres side, and well, you get Nelson Cruz, who's been disappointing for the most part, even though he's got a 47.8% hard hit percentage. Tatis is starting to get the wheels spinning. 503 expected slugging is what he's up to. 42.2%. Pretty low number there. And even Juan Soto left on left is grading out decently well for me in this spot. Wild to see his 22% walk rate on the season. Oh, that is hefty. Finding ways to be successful even when the bat has been cold. That is what good hitters do. And Juan Soto, well, he's up to 268 with 10 homers now, 938 OPS. That's cold for somebody like Juan Soto, that's for sure. Still finding ways to get on the base, and that's what matters, especially with, I don't know, maybe Machado will be back one day. It's going to be a hot second. He was going to warm up. He was possibly going to be playing earlier this week, but sounds like they're going to push him back a week. No use in rushing him. It kind of matters. You're not going to go anywhere without him. So San Diego, though, I do think they go somewhere in this one. Joe Musgrove, a little bit underrepresented here with this line, -120. I've got more fair value being around -135. Good enough to get a thumbs up, half unit play, San Diego money line. Not one home run, friends, not one, but 2 home run plays that I am targeting in this Colorado-Arizona game. Now, humidor in effect here in Arizona, going to change complexion of what this ballpark used to look like. But even still this season, seems as though lefties are having a better time hitting it out of right. I don't know why. Hit it in the pool. Let's go swimming. But Chase Anderson going to be on the mound here going up against Zach Davies. And Chase Anderson has been crazy good and effective this season. Now, he only has a 12.5% K rate, which is just terrible, horrible, no good, very bad. But a 28.6% hard hit percentage and a 3.90 expected ERA, those are better than I was expecting. He's given up just 2. What do you mean only 2? Yes, that was a Willy Wonka quote. We are looking at only 2 barrels that he's given up on the season, and that's resulted in some really good success in the old ERA department. 1.31 through 287 pitches. What? That can't be sustainable. It's definitely not sustainable. And now you're at least facing an Arizona team that has some pop from the left side, has some batters. I don't know, that Corbin Carroll fellow, he seems a little bit good. Maybe we should be going to him, huh? Yeah, we're definitely going to be going to him. And this whole team, a 103 WRC plus 173 ISO, and they strike out less than 20% of the time. Not that Chase Anderson was going to strike him out anyway. I think this is a pretty clear-cut spot that I want to try to find some power against Chase Anderson. Might be looking at the Arizona side. Well, that is if this number was better than -165 is best available, especially with the guy that they're throwing out there on the mound, Zach Davies. There are 0 situations in life that I'm going to back Zach Davies at -165 on the money line. 0. I would have to be held hostage. I would have to... Okay, so that's one scenario. That's the only one I can think of. Zach Davies, 37.5% hard hit percentage. That's been good so far, but 464x slugging. And let's just go back to, I don't know, any sample size that we have here over the last couple of years. 4.56 expected ERA in 2022, 6.31 in 2021. Back with the Brewers, 5.13 in 2020, 5.16. Do you sense this trend that he's not very good? Good. Because that's the trend. He's not very good. So I'm looking at lefty power here in this spot as well. And that's where Ryan McMahon, I want both of the big lefty boppers. Was looking at Nolan Jones, possibly putting him into play here as well with his 582 expected slugging through just 9 batted ball events. Think he's going to be decent for these Rockies as well. So keep an eye on his numbers as well. But Ryan McMahon, I'm going to be playing from the Rocky side, going up against Davies. And going to the other side, yes, Lourdes Gurriel will also be on my radar for Arizona. Tell Marte if that number ends up being all right, but it's got to be the one, the only Corbin Carroll. I think he adds to his total as well. What's he at? I think he's at 9 homers on the season. It'd be disgusting if I got that right off the top of my head. Surely enough, he has 9 homers. Get to double digits, young man. Yes, Corbin Carroll plus Ryan McMahon. Now, some of you are going to parlay it. There's nothing I can do about it, but I'm looking for at least plus 385 out of both of them in order to make this work. Let's make this work quick, friends. BetMGM, you sign up in the video description box below using promo code OSInsider. And why? Well, you get 2 free months of my betting card, of Ben Raza's betting card, of Isaiah Soros's betting card, of Eitan Shander's Parlay Fest that is just smashing all the time. Wild stuff. Hey, we're both on Patrick Cantley here also. You can check out the Odd Shopper Golf channel for that great stuff. Going to be betting him. And, well, BetMGM has the best line available currently on Patrick Cantley. So if you want to be joining us, fire it up there. And you're going to get a free bet as well to be able to fire up on whatever you want. If you do not hit with your first bet over at BetMGM, you're going to get bonus bets back up to $1,000. So whatever you ended up putting in, you're going to get back in bonus bets up to that 1K number when you sign up using promo code OS Insider in that link below, as well as 2 months, my friends, of the premium insider Discord here at Odd Shopper. This is only if you're 21 and over. And if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. But look forward to seeing you there soon. Yeah, that's really all I got. Yeah, should I just kill some time here? This is going really fast. Well, it's only 7 games. Producer Jacob, we're stalling. Let's get to the next couple games, okay? Roll it. We have the Reds versus the Red Sox. The Reds versus the Red Sox. Okay, I can't do this stalling thing anymore. I'm just going to keep talking at regular speed, which for me is basically like 2x speed on podcasts. It's like the little birdie from Space Jam. I love basketball. I love to play basketball. And the basketball. Hunter Green on the mound going for the Reds. Chris Sale going for the Red Sox. Now, Hunter Green, I'm in love with. I think you know that by now. He's a flamethrower, throws a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. He's a 2-trick pony. He basically just throws 4-seamer, slider. He has a changeup, but it's not very good. So, like, we should be working on that. We should probably be working on it. The slider's just devastating this year. A 222 expected slugging, 306 actual slugging. I mean, 41.5% whiff percentage. What are we even doing here? It's just lethal. The problem is that even though the fastball is fast, that's why it's called a fastball, he is still only getting a 35.3% ground ball percentage, which is actually sadly improvement from 30.7% he had last season. And he just gives up long balls. I mean, it is what it is. He's given up 8 homers now on this season. Hey, that's better than the 24 he gave up last year. I mean, obviously we're running into the halfway point, so he's still got time to get murdered. But either way, I love the stuff. I'm always going to love the stuff. And, well, he's got to avoid a lot of lefties here in this one. Yoshida, Devers, I always list off this Red Sox lineup because it ended up way better than any of us expected coming into this season. And it's really all the lefties because you look at the righties and, well, Justin Turner, you're in one. That's the only one I got. Yeah, everybody else sucks. Kiki Hernandez, what happened, Kiki? Do you not love me? Are you not riding? You said you'd never ever leave. Whatever. Chris Sale on the other side of this one, feeling pretty good about the stuff so far. 33.8% hard hit percentage, 214 expected batting average, 27.9% K rate. Nice to see that start to trail back up. Never really been a question, I don't think, that he could get the swings and misses. Once upon a time, had one of the more devastating sliders in all of baseball. Good for that to start showing up in this capacity once more. Well, looking at some of his expected home run numbers as well, seems as though, been a little bit unlucky. Yeah, doesn't really matter. What I'm looking at here, friends, is if I were to do anything, we know the kind of proclivity Chris Sale has of getting blown up, and I do expect the Red Sox to get steamed up beyond the -160, that kind of range where they're sitting right now. There are some -180s over at FanDuel. My God, there's definitely some discrepancy with these lines across the industry, but at FanDuel Sportsbook right now, there is an outlier number, +152 on the money line. No other book has +140 or better. So I am leaning Cincinnati if you can stomach it, but I'm probably going to put a small play on it even as I'm talking through it right now. Cincinnati money line with my guy Hunter Green, 1.5 to 1 on it. I got to be taking that shot. My Minnesota Twins taking on the Cleveland Guardians here in this spot, and well, they got to start beating up on some AL Central opponents. It's about time to put the afterburners on, gentlemen. It's time. Now, there's definitely some rain concerns here, which could definitely change the complexion of this one, but still, Minnesota's bullpen, pieces of it have been really good, and Cleveland traditionally pretty good bullpen. So overall, I don't think it's as big of a deal. I'm still going to be paying attention to the weather because I like both of the starters. We have Pablo Lopez going up against Mr. BB, who's coming off of being a rifle. No BB gun there. rifle? No. Tanner Beebe, 6 innings pitched, 9 Ks against St. Louis, just 2 hits against. Wowzer, what an outing last Saturday. I was listening to that game because, well, I was going to bet it. Couldn't get my bets in because I was driving. Don't drive and bet. Pull over to the side of the road. Do what you got to do, friends. I made it sound like you were taking a piss off the side of the curb. But either way, we've got Mr. BB here, and I feel pretty confident about his stuff. And I just feel good about Pablo Lopez's stuff as well, which makes me beg the question, why is 8 the number? Why is 8 the number? I assumed this was going to be 7.5 and stay away, but this opened at 8, and, well, we have to bet it. That's a half unit bet every single day of the week. I have this closer to 7.1 runs, 0.9. That's a definite discrepancy to be putting it into play. Not lock territory, and hey, I don't have a lock on this slate, but if I did, this would be quote unquote my favorite play that exists simply because of the quality of these starters. And well, Minnesota, I mean, as much as I like some of the lefties here, they got to start hitting here eventually. And BB just overall, the 317 expected slugging, 267 xWOBA should find some success against them. And Pablo Lopez on the other side, 30% K rate, 216 expected batting average himself. And he gets this lovely Cleveland matchup where they are by far the worst team in baseball against right-handed pitching. Yes, you heard me, by far. 75 WRC plus, 112 ISO. By far the worst in baseball against righties. Even though you had Naylor and Bell go yard today. What a time to be alive. But either way, I think it gets done for us under 8 just for a like. In our last game of the night, this just bucks that trend. Oh, Eric, you always have a play from the last game of the night. Ooh. I don't care. There's no play from this one. We have Framber Valdez, who's definitely in the AL Cy Young conversation. 2.38 ERA, 1.04 whip. Him and these Houston Astros, well, they're going to be playing these pesky Los Angeles Angels where, I mean, they can hit some lefties. So this is kind of the show out spot here for Framber Valdez. If he's looking at a Cy Young, at least being a front runner here, we have so much baseball left. There's injuries. There's so many things that can happen between now and the end of the year. But the Angels, a 117 WRC plus and a 162 ISO, going up against left-handed pitching this season. And Framber Valdez, Mr. Ground Ball Extraordinaire himself, that is going to be the show-out spot here in this one. However, it's not confirmed that he's the pitcher, and I don't know why. Would they push his start back a day? I don't know. That's why you're seeing NAs on the side of the screen. And really, I do want to try to find some kind of Houston value here going up against Reed Detmers, another southpaw. Only the bad version. 4.93 ERA, 1.53 whip. He's yet another disappointing piece of this Angels rotation. The Ks have been nice, 28.4% in that department, but walking guys at a nearly 10% clip. He's 23. There's room for improvement. He's a touted top 10 pick from 2020 He's got a lot of time to improve. He's steadily improved every year from his 2022 or 2021 season. Well, until he ran into a just buzzsaw here last couple of outings. But the K rate has gone way up from 18.8% K rate in 2021, 22.6% in 2022, 2023. 28.4%, as I said before. So definitely a show out spot for both of these lefties. Can you survive against Houston? That would affirm that you definitely have a spot here in the bigs. And Framber Valdez, this could affirm that you are an AL Cy Young front runner right here. So I'm looking forward to this matchup, but unfortunately no line out yet. Nothing to evaluate in that standpoint. I'm going to go Houston on the run line, trying to get a little bit aggressive here in the event that Valdez just goes out and throws a gem, which I think is very live to happen. And that does it for a quick and easy edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. You know what to do. Go to that comment section below. Let me know your favorite plays here for Thursday slate. I'm looking forward to the month of June. We are going to smash, and we're going to start smashing there in that premium Discord. You can get access to that over at BetMGM, only if you're 21 and over. And if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Lots of great stuff going on here in that video description box below. Give it a click. Take a look down there. Get access to multiple books. That's why we're called Odd Shopper Friends. So, Friday, we'll be back to those 14-15 game streets that you know of, that you love. We're going to have a lot more access to things, probably some locks on the board. But until next time, friends, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the MLB streets on Thursday.